Monica.
Yes.
We're on.
Oh my goodness. Hey everybody. It is the end of convention. It's been an amazing 3 days. Thank you so much for sticking with us. In this final segment, I have asked Dr. Lopez, our president, to come back and hopefully give us a few teasers about what to expect with his presidential address.
Well, I really don't want to give too much away because I really want to save people the excitement of hearing this. But I do want to give just a couple of things and just really what inspired the particular speech, and I'll address it that way. I think that what's inspired me so far is a lot of the ideas that came out of the convention, the idea of stories that are told, stories that are not told. It's definitely something that I'm thinking about, and have been thinking about as I was developing this speech, and really, you know, the idea that there are stock stories and hidden stories are very important. So what are the hidden stories? What are the hidden stories? What are the stories that are not told within UCEA? What are the stories that we keep telling ourselves? As Arlie Russell Hochschild talks about, the deep stories. What are the deep stories that people come to believe as true, right, of and about UCEA? And what are the stories that are not circulated? What are the stories that don't get told? What are the stories that don't get circulated? And really, that's the premise, the idea of what I want to communicate in my presidential speech.
That's great. That's amazing and fascinating because it makes me think about the stories that are forgotten. So there are stories that are known and stories that are ignored, but then what happens to stories that are forgotten?
Well, I mean, I think that I'm trying to get to that via the work of Paul Connerton. Paul Connerton talks about in his work. He wrote 2 books. One is called How Societies Remember, and the second one was called How Modernity Forgets. And so there's a whole kind of theoretical framework surrounding that. I'll talk about that in the speech itself. But suffice it to say that memory, what we remember, is as much as a process of remembering as it is a process of forgetting, right? Because there's certain stories that we forget, and certain stories that we keep telling over and over again. And so there's this idea of remembering and forgetting. And so there's also some intentionality behind that as well. What stories get picked up? What stories do we choose to tell? And what does it communicate about us as a field and us as an organization?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds fantastic. And I know that the presidential address is probably the most powerful and the most nerve-wracking role that the president can have. And I know many presidents in the past have tried not to give a presidential address, but I'm really glad that you decided to do a presidential address this year. And so I really appreciate you taking time. I know you have to go get ready, do your final, wardrobe change and makeup and everything. And we will see you in just a little bit. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Hello.
I'm really excited to let you know that the 2021 convention, in one way or another, will be in Columbus, Ohio. Please watch this short video so you can see all that Columbus has to offer us.